The ombudsman files a non-bailable plunder case against Senator Rodante Marcoleta for receiving a 75 million peso donation to his campaign. Senate President Win Gatchalian will preside over Sara Duterte's impeachment trial when it opens Monday, July 6, although the senator judges may choose to elect another presiding officer. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney meet to elevate bilateral ties to a strategic partnership. P-pop group BINI is one of the Philippines' newest tourism ambassadors. And Alex Eala avenges one of the most heartbreaking defeats of her career and advances to the third round of a Grand Slam for the first time. The Office of the Ombudsman files a non-bailable plunder case against Senator Rodante Marcoleta due to questions about his 75 million peso campaign donations. The Ombudsman files the case before the Anti-Graft Court, Sandigan Bayan. Marcoleta also faces 3 counts of alleged violation of Presidential Decree No. 46 on receiving gifts. The other accused are former lawmaker Mike Defensor, Joseph Varias Espiritu, and Aristotle Baluyot Viray. The case is filed amid the Iglesia Ni Cristo's rallies in Metro Manila to protest Marcoleta's plunder investigation. The INC held the protests immediately after Ombudsman Boying Remulla announced on June 29 that his office will file the plunder charge against the INC member senator. Marcoleta's case stems from an ombudsman complaint over questions on his campaign donations after declaring a net worth of 51 million pesos in 2025 but spending 112 million pesos for his senatorial campaign. But he later confirms he received 75 million pesos in campaign donations but says this happened before the start of the campaign period. Marcoleta defends this by explaining he was not yet a candidate when he received it. However, he was already a sitting congressman at the time. For the ombudsman, this already constitutes plunder, which punishes public officials for amassing ill-gotten wealth. Senate President Win Gatchalian will preside over Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial when it opens Monday, July 6. But when asked to clarify reports on Escudero as presiding officer, Gatchalian says the matter would ultimately depend on the Senate majority. If the senator judges decide to elect a new presiding officer, they may do so when the impeachment court convenes on July 6. Citing the Senate rules, Gatchalian says in an interview with DZMM, the Senate President serves as the presiding officer of an impeachment court. This comes after his ally, Senator Ping Lacson, said Senator Chis Escudero was being eyed to preside over the trial. The Senate Majority Bloc recently revised the impeachment rules to allow senators, by majority vote, to designate a presiding officer other than the Senate President. A coalition of civil society groups opposed the reported plan to designate Escudero as presiding officer, citing his role in delaying Duterte's impeachment proceedings in 2025. Meantime, the Senate Impeachment Court orders Duterte or her counsel to attend the opening of her impeachment trial. The Senate orders Duterte to appear either in person or through counsel and informs them the trial will commence at 2 p.m. The Philippines and Canada elevate bilateral ties to a strategic partnership as President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney formalized ties during Marcos's official visit to Vancouver. Marcos describes it as an unprecedented momentum in the deepening of bilateral relations.
Today, I am pleased to announce the elevation of our bilateral relationship to a strategic partnership. We have tasked our foreign ministers to draw up a plan of action to pursue our shared commitment to work together in adapting to shifting global realities, addressing shared challenges, and building capacities for future-ready partnership.
The President adds, quote, "The robust defense and security cooperation underpins the strong momentum of both countries' relations." Canada is the Philippines' 6th strategic partner, joining the ranks of Japan, Vietnam, Australia, South Korea, and India. Marcos is the first Philippine president to visit Canada since the late Benigno Aquino III's state visit in 2015. The Tourism Department officially introduces P-pop group BINI as one of the country's newest tourism ambassadors Friday, July 3. Tourism Secretary Dita Angara Matay says the department is eyeing a long-term relationship with the girl group.
A fresh takeaway from this first meeting is each girl actually represents a province or a town. And they're very, very knowledgeable about what is the parang charming feature of the town.
Tourism Assistant Secretary Ren Sapitan meantime says Long before BINI's ambassadorship became official, the members had already been working to showcase Filipino culture on the global stage. The partnership comes just several months after the Pantropico hitmakers made history as the first ever all-Filipino group to perform at the Coachella Festival. Alex Eala avenges one of the most heartbreaking defeats of her career as she advances to the third round of a Grand Slam for the first time. The Filipina tennis ace wins 3-6, 6-2, 6-0 against Australia's Maya Joint in the round of 64 of the Wimbledon Championships on Thursday, July 2. Eala redeems herself from a 3-set loss to Joint in the final of the 2025 Eastbourne Open. She says, "Thursday, I think I improved a lot this past year and I'm happy that I'm able to look back at that loss and I'm able to smile." Eala is ranked 32nd in the world and seeded 29th in the tournament, while Joint was fresh from a 3-set win over 23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams in the previous round. The Filipina is set to face defending champion and 6-time Grand Slam winner Iga Swiatek in the next round. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the wRap.